are you doing? I'm here live again. Background noise isn't too bad. Change my audio source. I do need to, hold on, I'm adjusting some settings on my audio. I want to make sure there's noise suppression going on. Okay. Hopefully, too much background noise. Everyone is having a super day. So I'm a little mess. So working on today an API for va.gov. So we're making the API public. I just want to talk about some things I found working with Drupal, making an API, JSON API, along with actually, how do you want to tweet this out? Twitter. Hi, Twitter. Today, let's tweet. The Drupal JSON API. Or VA, I guess. Okay, let's put a link into the Mr. Twitch, which is here, because I'm, yeah. Hey, look, it's me. Okay, it's really weird because I hear a delay. I hear myself talking. Like, okay, cool. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So what I've worked on so far, I'm working on. I'm all over the place a little bit this morning. So I was working on some work. Okay. In making Drupal API public, we don't necessarily want to just give out the raw API the way Drupal has it. I'm kind of putting in layers, and let me make a diagram as we're doing this. This would be a good idea. So talking through it. Okay. So this actually is public. Let me get your shared link so you can kind of see if you want to see this. Put it in chat. I should probably put it as a command too. This is actually the current design we're looking at. Architecture design, and I can update this a little bit because you're going to do it next sprint. So we actually should have a URL. Go. I'll stick it in chat. But I'm if anybody needs it again, let me know. I'll stick it in chat again. Cool. So I'll make a diagram of like the design, like kind of the lower level API design. I have this right now. Basically, I'm gonna go a little deeper into this. We have two different ways. So let's just start adding. I want to add more layers onto this. Maybe we'll do some color also. Okay, where's the full screen to get the, oh, because I'm in the view only. Okay. Yeah. So I want to kind of show the layers of the API. These pretty colors down here. So we have one layer. This is the core JSON API. Okay. Right. And a layer on top. This is going to be the, I'm calling it the flattened JSON API. And this is still, these are both still Drupal, do it the same color. Drupal. JSON. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. And I'll look at some examples. So this would still be, where's my containers? Containers. This would still be Drupal right here. So, oops, did not mean to do that. It's weird. Okay. This. Okay. Can't put a label, so do my labels fine. So this is still Drupal right here. And then we have another layer, blue. This is going to be, I'm calling it like a product based API, but is it really RESTful rather than, it's a little more like RESTful version on top of Drupal. So we're not exposing the raw Drupal JSON API in any state to the public, right? So I'm going to do this a little differently. So this is stacked on top of each other. Because security reasons, our security staff doesn't want us to, which is fine. But we're also, it's just hard to use. Why can't I click this? Thank you. It's really hard to use. It's wider. Make this wider. Okay. Make this wider. And actually, I'm going to like remove that because Drupal is a just implementation detail right now. Then we have on top of that, and you may ask why we don't expose RESTful modules in Drupal and use that pattern. My research has shown that the RESTful module in current core stuff, I don't mean it product based, is the JSON API is the forward direction. It's better supported. It's a little, yeah, better supported, more forward direction what we're going. It's right on to a specification, so it could be replaced easier. But this is what a front end React developer would consume. So if you look at up here, this would be a React app, right? And this is what the developer would consume. Now this is a little misleading because the flattened API is a version of the core API, and I'm gonna put some comments on here of what that means. Go. Data structure is from core, Drupal core. And I'll give some examples of what that means for sure. Make this a little smaller. And data structure is modified from Drupal core. It is modified. So this is not, it's not a layer on top. It is, I guess, in a sense, it's modified by the JSON extras module. Okay. This is still Drupal. This is 100% Drupal. It's always going to be Drupal. And I'll just show you a little bit of what that looks like. For sure. And then let's do, I like these big arrows. Arrows are fun. Okay, so that's just kind of what we're looking at. Same size. Cool. And in reality, what this looks like is, and I'll show examples of this. And I want to document this as kind of as we go. Also, so want to follow along at home. We are working on, and it needs to be larger. Let me know. Good. He's merging that in. Let me look for real quick. See, we need to merge this real quick. Always need to merge. Stay up to date on our dependencies. Squash merge. Firm. And then we will improve it real quick. And then we'll let the robots do their thing. When we go back, does this need to update? It does. Update the branch, and then it should test it around. When it passes, it should merge. Unless someone else merges before this one's done, as it happens. Anyways, the issue that I'm working. Let's see. Let's close this down. Can I not click today? There we go. This one here. And I'm going to document on this issue as we go, just to keep it going. Otherwise, I'll lose it. So let me actually. I want to publish. Area. Like this. And share. Then I can put that on the document, and then it'll just follow updates. That way I don't have to. Area. Current zoom level selection. Select it. Is that what's going on? Oh, here we go. Click and drag play like this. Cool. Cool. Perfect. And what's the URL for that? I'll go back in. This isn't great UX, but that's okay. Oh, embed would be nice. Look at that. Oh, anyways, cool. So we're going to document on this issue. We're going to say there are 3 different levels of API design. Design that was considered. This in looking at the API from Drupal. I don't want the link. I want to like embed it. Where's the? I want to embed it to a link. I don't think I can do that in here. That's okay. So we have the core. I do really want to embed it, so I might just like. Can I just copy and paste the image? Copy, paste. Yeah, then I host it there. It's fine, whatever. Yeah. Did I space it okay? Why didn't someone tell me that? Chat, why can't you catch my mistakes? Here we go. Great. Let's try this again. Go. Copy. And back to the issue, which was this tab. Back. Delete it. Cool. Core Drupal JSON API. We have the flattened Drupal JSON API by the JSON. Oops, JSON API extras. Which is a great module. Let's see, is it this? I always forget the stupid links and. Okay. I always forget links. I don't know why I always forget the links. Control K. All right. Auto remote Control K. Let's do JSON API. Extras module. Put in here. We have a product based API with business rules. Rules. Drupal or non. Drupal or non-Drupal. Most likely this actually won't be Drupal. Latin. See, this way I can spell it right too. I can put it back in my image, spell it right because I'm a terrible speller. Structure. Flattened. Good, I just put it, I think. Did I change any? I don't think I changed any. Cool. And why is it my keyboard thing? Okay. Why isn't the key doing what it's supposed to do? The layers aren't working right for some reason. Okay, those are working right. There you go. Okay, I have that was weird. I have a layered keyboard where I have to press certain buttons for the layer to switch, and then like one button will do like 4 different things, and I just always pressing the wrong button. Okay. This could be Drupal. I just kind of want to say that they're in Drupal. Communicate that. Drupal. Okay. And let's go through each of the core Drupal API. I want to do the same examples. Like I want to take the example I've been working with a certain resource type, this certain, it's called Q&A. I'm working an open API spec over here too at the same time. And for that, we're going to go to, see, I already have it. Let's go to prod because because I have it, it's going to be fast and performant. And enter my proxy on. Proxy is not running. No, it is. You have no idea what it is. Okay. Oops. You can't get to anyway. Almost, sorry. Cool. Okay, so we're just gonna go to the JSON. Did I turn on module? So there's a JSON API extras module I had turned on, and I might turn it off. Yeah, it's on. I want to turn off these modules. I don't want to do this locally because I got work in progress locally. Turn off these modules so it you can see what it's like. This the raw Drupal version, unchanged, right? So let's figure this out here. Let's go to, so we use Tugboat, and I can just spin up a quick demo site that has it on it. It's building. Come on. Shoot, 9 minutes ago. It's a long time to be building. Oh, sorry about that. I'm going to clone it, but I can't till it's done. So this is just a job that reruns every 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I can't remember how often it runs, but it basically pulls on the production database and reruns Drupal. So when people do PRs or they do create no demo environments, it's based upon this image. So it's very quick to spin up. And this is all uses Docker images and pretty cool layers. Sorry that it's taking a second. Should be just about done. Okay, it's done. It's committing now. Committing takes a hot minute too. So I'm just trying to get like the API example, and I don't want to like mess with anything else. I do want to make sure I'm actually doing what the issue says and should be doing. I'm not going to end up doing all those. I'd make example queries. Okay. So I'm not going to be able to do all the examples, which is fine because I'll have a couple days left in the sprint. But the idea is to get help make a decision on how to design API itself. Come on, buddy. You can do it. I believe in you. Almost ready. It's almost ready. So close. There it is. So I can just take this and clone it. And do clone it. Sometimes it clones it. There it is. Let's go in and let's edit it. Call it API. Okay, playground. Okay, cool. And we're gonna actually lock it because I don't want it to be overridden. Lock. Cool. Okay, so spinning up. Once I spin up, we'll disable those modules. Hopefully, and then we'll document the raw JSON API from Drupal. Document the version I've been working on. That's like a flattened version, and then document the resources version, which is driven by this code, which I need to push up still right here, which provides a custom endpoint. It doesn't exactly do what I want to do. I still want to get some. I still can't figure out how to get some of this link logic in there correctly. I really want the links to be in there right, and it's just not doing what I want it to do. So, but we'll work on that. First, we'll do this one step at a time. Okay. Mama, that's right. Every time I get a password wrong, I always wonder if I'm being fired. Like, I swear to God. Especially with email. When you go to email and like sometimes Gmail makes you re-authenticate. Whenever it does that, I'm like, okay, is this the day that I lose all my access and have to go find a job? So that's just, if that hasn't happened to you, it happens. You never forget it, and it's a trauma you'll live with forever. Okay, so we're removing modules. I also want to like promote good mental health on my channel here. Like, I think why can't I delete this one? Why can't I delete this one? It doesn't have any required by, so I should be able to delete it. Unless we might be locking. I'll do it from the CLI. Fine. Let's see. Let's do server. Yes, I use Windows to develop on, but I use WSL. It's fan-flippin-tastic. You've never used it. It's just might as well. It's like you get the power of Windows, like the games and like, but you get like the also Linux at the same time. Like, like I don't know. It's just, this is funny. What are we doing? Oh yeah, we're gonna do tugboat. Boat. Is it CLI? What's the command? Tugboat. Shell. You need like aliases. Tugboat, you need aliases in your commands if you're listening to me. Okay, so we're going to do drush PMU JSON API defaults, JSON API extras, JSON. Let's try those two first, see what it does. So this is basically getting rid of, cool. What else do we have to get rid of? That should be good. Let me get rid of resources too. Let's get rid of resources too. These are all like modules that allow customization to the output of JSON API. On core, there's no customization. It is what it is. Cool. So let's flush that cache. Oh, I'm in prod. I'm glad I didn't try and do anything in prod. Cool. Let's just close that tab now before we do something stupid. Okay. We're just going to close that business up. We're closing that business up. We're just not even going to look at it. Is it deleted? Cool. And let's go take a look. Let's take this path. And I have Postman up over here. Make this bigger. Control plus equals. I don't like that key sequence. So too bad. Okay. So let's get a new tab open. So this is going to be like, if you just do this, crap. I need proxy setup. Crap. Can I use, how can I route this? I don't want to do that. I don't know what API network is. I do want to route. Figure out how to route this to proxy. We'll just use the browser. I mean, that's already, I have a decent thing. I'm just copying and pasting anyway, so it's fine. So this is the raw one. We're working on this QA. What the heck is the node Q? Here it is, right here. So this is the endpoint we're working with. This is the data we're working with. If you look at it for a second, let's just, we are working on one example node. So let's go back to the example node we're supposed to be working. It's not in that one. In this one. And it was, Tim was working on this. And this one, to get the UID. So this is the page in va.gov. You can see it's not much here. There's a search box at the top, title, text, a box, a couple links. And there's some stuff that's on every page down here. So this is pretty much, this is the content from Drupal right here. The main, that feeds from one single node and a couple relations. But it's a bunch of paragraphs and crap. So if you're over on va.gov and you want to like see what the node ID is. You can just kind of look at the source. It's right there, 16009. We go to, and this is by UUID. Crap. Look at this. We don't have right now a good way to show UUIDs anywhere, so we have to go to Devel, which I have Devel even on. Stop running. Stop running. I hate this menu thing. I hate it. Locally. Um, okay. Devel is enabled. So I just need to go to Devel to get the UUID. To have that, I can use that for, because JSON API requires that in their API, which is great for Drupal because it's like, but for anybody else is not using Drupal, I'm a pain in the butt. Okay, cool. So if you look at this one, trying to figure out where, if you look at this page, right? This page, and we look at this page, trying to figure out where the content over here comes from. So we'll do a mapping. So I was in raw Drupal JSON now. How would I get all this information? Like one request, right? So the title, right, is going to be the node title. So that's nice and easy. Okay, cool. This text is a WYSIWYG field. Is a WYSIWYG. So I know the data structure of this already, and we should probably, let's bring up the data structure at the same time so we can look at it together. And kind of walk through what it is. Types. Q&A content type. So I know that this, and we actually should probably look at the same time, we can look at the node edit form. Let's do it from, I don't want to mess up my local, that's fine. Let's do it from this URL. I'm all over the place. It was 1609. Let's just do the same thing from the same site. I don't want to keep everything the same, get confused otherwise. Okay, cool. So we look for this. This is it's an answer field, and you can see kind of it's in this. If you look kind of carefully, because it's answer field. So we look at the answer field. It's an entity reference. Okay, well, to what? Entity reference to rich text, the paragraph entity reference. Looks like they can put rich text paragraphs in there. Okay, so that is not in the main attributes. And scrolling down, we have these relationships. These are all the entity reference relationships, different nodes. And you see none of them are, there's no data, they're just links to other data. So we can do two things. You make a request that gets the main page, right? And you do a second request that gets the field answer with a WYSIWYG, right? Then you have to go down to get the WYSIWYG and the process, right? But can you imagine like an API developer who doesn't know Drupal having to know like all these, like why isn't the answer just part of the object? Doesn't make a lot of sense. So we can make it part of the object in the API. We go back here. If we do ampersand include, and we do answers field, answers. And that will, whoa. What did I do? Oh, sorry. And I put an ampersand instead of a question mark. So if we go down, but still, okay, so we have the attributes, but it's not up here. Okay, so we got to go down to included. There's new included things here, and this has it. You still have to know, you still have to be familiar with the Drupal data structure. So, and it doesn't get you this part. So you need to be change the legal name separately. So that's not part of this paragraph, right? But where's that at? So it's a different page, it's another paragraph, right? So let's go back to this page. So we must change your legal name. Here it is right here. Q&A page components. Okay, interesting. So this is telling me the Q&A page has this ability to create dynamic components that put information in there. And it has, and so this one's using an alert. Let's go look at the Q&A. Let's look at this data structure for the Q&A page components. What's the name of the field again? Q&A page components. I don't even see that on here. I think it's actually the alert single, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's just titled that. So let's go into alert single real quick just to see if I'm right. This is weird. Wow. I would expect to see, let's look at the form display. Help us actually figure it out. Here it is, Q&A page components, right? Include alerts. So, this one. This is include alert. Oh yes, this is, do you want to include alert or not? An alert is its own data type that gets referenced in another entity reference, right? So to figure, okay, so this one has an alert. This is all this page has is an alert, and it has some links at the bottom, right? Okay, it has an alert, and this alert, like, you can put in multiple fields under here, so you can have multiple alerts. Not only can you have multiple alerts, you can do this thing called collapsible text, which is, it's this, but it's collapsible. So you can do, let's do expandable. Let's test expandable. Test expander. See some. I used to have a Lorem Ipsum plugin. I don't anymore. Is there a good Lorem? Lorem Ipsum. Let's put Ipsum wrong. Lorem Ipsum. Thank you. That's good. Good. Okay. Great. Great. So that's like, there's types which change how it looks, and there's buttons down here. There's a lot to this. This is one of our more simple pieces of content, right? So let's just add this real quick. Okay. And look at the difference in the API. Now let's look at that. Well, let's see. Can I get this page? I'm going to publish this page so I can see what it looks like. This content is going to look like live. So if I go to actually release content, I can do a build of this content on this Tugboat server, on this server, so I can see what it looks like. It's going to take a few, like 10, 15 minutes to build. It's got to build the entire site, all, I don't know, say 15,000 pages right now. I think we currently have on our site, yeah, 13,000 pages, 32,000 nodes. It doesn't include paragraphs. So a lot of paragraphs. The pages are, these have real pages on va.gov, which is important because this has a direct effect on the amount of time it takes to build the pages out. Cool. Close that. So as that's building though, we can like look at the API, and so if I want to include, so I feel the answers in here, and that's great. So now I need to add in field. This process I'm going through now is currently similar to what our process we go through with our our CMS engineers and a front-end engineer will go through this together to figure out what to do. They use GraphQL, not JSON APIs, but the process is very similar because you have to do the same relationship modeling. So can you imagine like having, if you didn't have a Drupal person to interact with, even if a well-documented API, how hard this would be to figure out what to do? Like, I don't know. So this is we want to pull in relationships. Was the field alert single? Wasn't that it? Which is a terrible name for it. And then you look at the structure of the funny thing is you look at the structure of the form, compare the structure of the data elements, because the data elements are flat. The form is structured like this. So like if I'm looking at if I'm a front end developer looking at the form and looking at my front end, like trying to figure out what layer, it's not even layered the same as a form. So like this, we make it even harder on our developers. Okay, so let's add in equals, can we read this? Yep. So here's a paragraph single. So we can look at that now. Okay, we've got a paragraph, but look, there's another paragraph layer. So we have to go another layer deep to get this information. We still haven't got this text. We still haven't got this text out, right? We haven't got it yet. Okay, so let's figure this out. Using just the API, like it's a little easier than going through Drupal because Drupal gets kind of confusing in this part. We have an alert block reference and an alert non-reusable reference. Okay, interesting. So let's look at the block reference. There's nothing here. There's no data. Okay, this gives me nothing, right? Okay, interesting. So let's look at the non-usable alert. Okay, so this gets me, you must change your, so we got the title. Look at that, we found the title, right? We found the title. So, but we still don't have the text. Okay, so we're on this alert single, and we have to do, let's go include. We need to pull in, looks like VA paragraphs, right? Yeah, VA paragraph, because that's the field, and this is a config entity. This is the content entity. Let's pull in VA paragraphs. Cool. Let's scroll down. Hey, look, I found the text. I found it. Here it is right here. Your information will be saved. That's awesome. I still don't have these links yet, but at least I have that text. Cool. Cool. And this is the, what do we have two of them? We have WYSIWYG. Oh, this is the lorem ipsum expandable text, which will be, and this is done, and I'll show you what that looks like. Cool. So we figured out how to get to the text. It took this API call with two includes, and I wonder if I could go multiple levels deep. I don't think I can double include. Let's figure that out. JSON.org. Let's see. Drupal JSON API include. Just search it and see what we get. There was a module, but you don't need this module anymore. Like this used to do. You don't need this anymore because it does it on its own. This hasn't been added for a couple of years. This is the JSON API and the decouple experience has gone through a lot of changes in Drupal core. That even has the data. That's way flatter than what I'm experiencing right now. Oh. Maybe we'll turn this on. Maybe we'll turn this on because this is actually really nice. So I didn't realize that's what this module did. I thought it just added the includability, but it doesn't. This is actually really nice. We'll actually still want raw, but this is like one of those, when I talk about flattened API, this is a version of the flattened API. And I like, there's no way we're using the raw. I mean, there's plain raw one. It's just ridiculous. But I still have to go through the exercise of saying why we won't use it. I do want to understand. Like, I want to figure out whether I can go multiple layers deep. Ugh, come on. Can I go multiple layers deep in API? This might be actually what I'm looking for. All includes? No. Mm-mm. Um, this is interesting. This is just saying that if you include all includes here, they try to really stick to the spec and the core, which makes a lot of sense, and let other modules. So look at that. Can we do multiple levels? So if I did dot if I did alert single. What do I have up here? I have alert single now, right? If I want to go down to non-usable reference, right? I don't know if this will work. I'm just gonna try this out. Oops, what happened? Okay, this is the one we know already. Yeah, I think this is what it is. And if we go down to this one, that'll give us the actual text. If we go Oops. That one, that's the question. It's the question text. This is the yeah. Here we got it, but look at this. Like it's to figure out. It's all on the same level. Like there's no nesting. Like I would expect it to be in the include in this level. Like you know what I mean? But it's not. So if I look, if I'm looking for this, I have to look at these parents and like map it out in my code. So that's like, so this is the API. They don't have the links yet. So this is the API call we need to get up to here, right? So we figured that out. That's great. Is this done? It's not done yet. Like a little icon. That's pretty awesome. So let's look for the links now. Close this. The links. the links are down in these are CTA buttons, call to action buttons, right? Updating these buttons right here. And then the related information. I'm not sure where this comes in, to be honest, right now. It's very weird to me. Anyways, so then there's these related links right here. VA records, I guess that's this right here. This is the link to benefit hubs right here. And then contact information, need help. It links right here. And here's the tags, all veterans. And then, yeah. Anyways, so cool. So we can keep going on this. Let's keep going on the page here. We need these links right here, which are the CTA buttons. Okay, cool. So what are CTA buttons? CTA buttons are paragraphs. There are paragraph, but it doesn't see what field it is, right? So let's go back to manage fields. And CTA buttons is field buttons. All right, so let's just keep on adding on. Our favorite thing to do is keep on adding on, comma, buttons. Cool. So let's keep going. Last thing is it's very fast. I mean, this one, this one, this one, this one, it's not this one. Button. So here we are. CTA buttons. And look at that. We don't have any text. So we get the button link, update your name. So this is actually gets everything we need right here. The link, the title, the URI, but which is funny because this is not the URI that they need here. It's linked to a Drupal URI. And I don't see a way, looking at this, to get the actual path. So now that we have the URI, we have to go figure out the path. I don't. Isn't the one here? Oh, this is a hard-coded URL. But any link to another entity, this is a full URL, right? Which is the second one, external website. This is an internal website. We don't have like. So now the front end is going to have to go. The front end have to go query this entity to get the path. It's quite distraught. So we can't even do. It's impossible. We just came to the conclusion it's impossible to do a single page request to get all the information. We can keep going and get as much as we need, so we can show the 2 different API requests needed, and we can talk through. What I'll do is I'll do this. I'll put this video on that issue too, but I'll talk through like so you can see it. We'll go through like how to build this page, give you this information on this JSON, this API. This is awesome. Okay. Cool. So where were we? So we got these links. All right. Tags. All right. So tags is field tags, taxonomy reference. So this is going to be interesting. So I'm hoping it's just one layer. So let's go down. Let's do at the bottom. I think it's topic. Button. It's weird. I think it's topic. Maybe I got to the wrong. Let's say this relationships includes. This is the title. This is the alert. This is the wrapper. This is the body of the alert. This is another alert, which will be right here. Let's go look at it. And we can look at this URL. Better to do this anyway, and instead of looking at prod. So I can bring this spins over here. So here's the some. Oh, here it's weird text expander. Let's look at some missing assets that probably aren't linked correctly. So here's that text expander, right? Cool. So we're working on the buttons. So I'm working on the tags. So we added tags. This is the button. This is the other button, which are really links, not buttons. Okay. And this is audience topic. Where this come from? This is the tags field. This is weird. It's a paragraph. I thought it was a taxonomy link. It is a paragraph. Oh my gosh. Audience and topics. Okay. So we have audience and topics. Where do you think this information all veterans is going to get from? You probably just go look at this one. And just start dialing down into it. Audience beneficiaries, field topics. So I bet you if we go to this one, all veterans, yeah. So we just need to bring in this next layer. So if we go here, so that should get us the information we need. If we go down to this level, that'll get us the all veterans tag. We just needed that one label, so we had to go 2 levels deep. This is great. This is great. Thanks, Drupal, for being awesome. Okay, so let's go down. How would you rate your experience on this page? I don't think this is actually. I don't think this is a thing. I think that's just put there by the front end. Alert type. We didn't have. We actually need the alert type because that drives what it looks like. But we do need the alert type also. So I forgot the alert type. Shoot. We may just hit our API rate limiting GitHub for our deploys. Well, so yeah, we've had rate limiting GitHub cause our systems to go down, like a lot of them. We require these deploys to get any content out. It's kind of a big pain in the ass. But so this is the error that just came in. It's kind of like I had to get distracted. This is what happens when you're on call all the time. I don't see the error message though. On pass. Where's the actual pass to? Where's the back to this? Where did it fail? go. Is this GitHub rate limiting or is this? Let's go into the main VA person. So, I'm in Slack. I can't put Slack on stream. I have Slack on the monitor, which is really you can't see what's going on. I apologize for that. But nothing I can do about this. This is like faulty with the design of the system. Sometimes they use the wrong user, like they use anonymous user instead of an authenticated user, or like sometimes like they'll have other systems that like just kill the API. It makes it so we can't deploy we need this. We can't deploy content for days if we do this. Like we had one time we couldn't deploy for a while. So Steve, you're not doing anything. Come on. We need ops on it. I'll create a issue platform. Okay. Versus team. Content builds are getting GitHub rate limiting. Sorry. I do apologize for this. Hello. Who just did something? Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. I apologize. I'm not super active. We had an issue pop up and I can't do an on-stream monitor. So I'll continue to do it over here though. And I can't do anything active about this issue. So I'll just notify the people that need to be notified and I'll go back to working on the API stuff, which is immensely more interesting to me than system issues. Okay. Don't know how to escalate this anymore. Like, I might have to on a play. I might have to jump off for that for a issue call, like for like a system down call sort of thing. But I don't think I would. No, okay, all right. They're handling it. I should keep an eye on it on the monitor. And we're watching this over here. Rate limit violations. Yeah, exactly right. So like, we have a rather complicated deploy pipeline. Our particular site is a static site generation site, so it pulls all the content out of Drupal and builds it in this Smith build pipeline every hour. This is older. There's a bunch of them coming up. There's a bunch of them pending still. One more pending. Looks like it's running. Good. So okay, good. Good news is the main VA lead commented on the Slack thread, so it means he'll be in on it. He's the main person that needs to like push it. That's his thing. Okay, so yeah, rate limiting. So it's like and this is kind of a flaw in the design of our build pipeline. We're actually deprecating this whole Jenkins thing and moving to something else. We're so the ops team is working on it. They have this they're kind of using Argo CD with some Amazon ECRs, but on the Drupal side, their use case is way simpler than our use case. Drupal's way more complicated of a product to put out and to manage and to like for high scalability, especially as we start wanting to have Drupal available to the public website. Va. and to drive the content on va.org. So va.org gets millions of hits a week, and so if we do a content API that's like a React widget that pulls data in, that's going to need like hundreds. It's going to need a lot of performance. So it takes a lot of infrastructure on Drupal to do that. If you've ever done that, I'm sure you know that already. But so we're Drupal kind of looking at Lagoon solution. It kind of does a lot of the work for us. We don't have to build our own tooling around Amazon ECR, because even on Amazon ECR and Argo CD, we still have to like build a bunch of tooling around it. And so you can't do anything about it. Like you just got to wait. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to doing the API stuff because it's a lot more fun. Yeah. If you have a question, just let me know. I can show if you're interested in the pipeline stuff. I can dive into that, or if I can go back to the API stuff. Just let me know. Pretty, yeah. When's the last time you used Drupal? Just of curiosity. And it's Cassaris. Is that how you pronounce it? Is that how you like to go by? Cass. Cass, cool. I like it. I like the short. You can call me Indy. I like being called Indy if you like to call it. Cool. Oh yeah, so it's like so you probably use Drupal 7. I'm assuming maybe a little bit of Drupal 8. It's quite a bit different now. I've been here for about 10, 15 years. Like the code now is just way like using Symfony at its core, and it's way more flexible, but it's super complicated. Like having all the like I could talk for hours about it, but having all the schema config in the database is crazy. And this is like the example I'm going through right now. I'm trying to replicate this page from a JSON API call out of raw Drupal without like any extra modules, and it's just really hard. Just the layers you have to go through. The data model of a content management system and the data model of an application just don't line up at all. It's just not in the same. They just don't line up. It's just not the same. Anyways, so I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna go through this. If you want, let me know if you want to. We go into our deploy pipeline. I can talk about it, but I'll continue. This is important for this sprint, and I need to refocus here. Cool. So, we're working. So what I'm at now, I'm working down. I'm using web instead of Postman because I can't figure out how to get the proxy. I haven't tried that hard, but the proxy, I have to go through a proxy to get to this URL. And I haven't really tried that hard to figure out how to do it through the proxy. There's I don't know Postman very well, to be honest. There's like a proxy. Hey, no authentication. Use system proxy. I'm not using the system proxy. Proxy config. It's to virtual one. Is that right? I think it's just one. I have it in my config for. Yeah, 201. That should do it. If I should have done this like a long time ago. It's gonna be way easier to use this. Not authenticated. There's no save in this app. Cool. Let's do post to bypass settings. We'll just do that for now. Turn it off later. There's actually a PAL file we could use, but we're not gonna. Okay. Sucks, hung up. Python development, stack development, stuff I'm pretty used to. I'm sort of a guy who designs them where I work, so I know the sort of pains of different. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting, like the roles you have on different projects. Like on this project, I struggle with like staying within my boundaries because I really like to do it all. I've done a couple startups where you have to do everything yourself, right? And many times when you do content management systems or Drupal, you have to own a lot more of the pipeline just because of the complication behind it, because ops people don't necessarily understand it very well. So even in larger setups, it like, I don't know. Yeah, it's like I just want to like, so if this API design, I kind of push my boundaries of where I want to work. So I'm trying to like focus in, and I have ADHD too, which I very recently diagnosed with ADHD, and I'm happy to talk about mental health on here. Like so that realization and that struggle is very real. That's why I thrive pretty well at startups, but it's tougher for me in a large organization where I'm supposed to have very defined roles, and I just don't do that very well. Like I keep on trying to push into other areas, other teams responsible for. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Like so, like when trying to replace we're trying to replace a build pipeline, right? The whole picture is we're trying to replace an entire build pipeline. It's a static site generation tool. We want to do something more dynamic. Editors need to be able to publish very quickly. They can't wait hours to get content out. So like I'm trying to solution a holistic product where end to end, like how the API request comes in, not only that, but how the actual HTML is served. And this, I don't necessarily have the authority, especially this is a government, US government, there's like a lot of regulations and security and all this stuff. I don't necessarily have the authority to even like make those decisions, or like it's really difficult for me to push the different ideas. And I've struggled with that, especially lately. I've kind of focused in right now on trying to produce an API that can be consumed by other resources. So not necessarily worrying about the build part as much, but more focusing on how can we get Drupal's content public in a way that everyone in the VA is comfortable with. So that's the method I'm going right now. I'm kind of focusing on, I wish I could get this stupid thing to work. Focusing on API development now. Try this one more time. I really want to use this tool because it's way easier than. I click this. See, it doesn't require. I wonder if proxy bypass proxy. I don't want to bypass. I want to use it for everything. Do I have to turn it on somewhere? Like a setting to turn it on. Because or do not apply to Postman services. I don't know what that means. Postman is way too complicated of a tool. Is a problem. I need something a little simpler than this. I haven't used this tool in years, and I download it. It's got all this junk in it, and I don't need all this stuff. Like, maybe eventually, but man, we're just gonna go back to the browser for now. No, it sucks. I'm sorry. Anyway, so we're building this page out. Yeah. So with being static, it soon becomes the legacy project. It's been sunsetting. Anything static these days is kind of, what's interesting. So like static site generation is making it was really hot with blogs, when Jekyll came out, right? And this actually va.gov very early when they first so it's like 4 different states and like 4 different versions of this site. Some of the content was pulled from Team Sites, which is a SharePoint sort of product from Microsoft. There was a modernization effort to put it on modern stacks. They actually chose they have the Rails backend, Rails API backend, and they did static site generation with Jekyll originally, and they had just 8 markdown files. That's obviously not scalable from editorial experience, so they brought in Drupal, and Drupal was mixed with the markdown content, and the build static site build was moved from Jekyll to Metalsmith, which is JavaScript, and that build pipeline is what we currently have in place now. We're moving off of that, and ideally, like static site building has gotten a lot better. There's so many benefits in static sites, right? There's no server. Like, I don't have to worry about getting paged at 2 a.m., which is really important to me. And it's fast as hell. And we have people who are a lot of our users are using the phone, or they're like old. And because these are veterans. Like, these are 60, 70, 80-year-olds, not necessarily technically savvy. So they may not have the latest technologies on their computers or on their phones or whatever. So it has to be very fast. Or they're going to get also frustrated, right? So static sites, nothing's faster than that, obviously. And we just put everything to S3. It's secure, most secure you can get. So, but I'd say that there's a lot of problems there, right? So incremental updating content. These problems are actually starting to be solved. Yeah, exactly. Some of these incremental update problems are starting to be solved with technologies like Next.js. This provides a great framework for a static site, but it's also it has a great mix static site with server-side rendering with dynamic rendering. So you can have one React application that kind of manages all layers, and you have a build pipeline that pushes out parts of the site that can be static, other bits of the site can be dynamic. Most of the HTML can be static, doesn't need to be updated. Then some of the content, some of the listing, some of the menu items or anything like that can be dynamic. So it's really great mix. We're not doing this yet. This is where I want to go eventually. It's going to take a while. Something like this, I don't know. It's just it's just interesting. And we can't have Drupal serve the HTML either, so it's a whole thing. My grandpa was a vet. Also, he was in Korea, and it's something else. Well, everything they did, anyways, let's see. I need to check on the pipeline issue. Give me 1 second to look over this Slack thread. It's been blowing up. The job pass. Look at that. It's running now. So we won't know until this is the point where it pulls data from Drupal and it does everything. I'm glad that our ops team is looking at it now pretty heavily. Update Slack's things real quick. Who's chatting me in Slack? Who's talking to me in Slack? Okay, so it's interesting. I just got to know from my company. So we're a government contractor. We have to be, vaccinated, which is cool. But I have to show proof of it. So now we have to show our cards and stuff. I gotta find my card. That little piece of paper is a terrible thing. God, it's a pain in the butt. I'll lose it. I'm gonna lose it. My wife didn't have it. I'd lose that stupid thing. It's supposed to be a reminder card we're using as an official. Okay, so they're working. I don't have to do the ops. Yeah, so we're kind of lucky in our group within the VA. We're actually part of the U.S. Digital Services. Digital Services, so USGS. They have this playbook. The U.S. Digital Services Organization was created during the Obama years to modernize government tech. So a bunch of Silicon Valley execs kind of, after they got their millions of dollars, went to work for the government to help do this. So there's a lot of really Robbie Holmes actually helped run this project a while back. He used to work at Google for a bit. It's a friend of mine, a big Drupal guy too. If there's any more, see our current people on the staff now. So you have some USDF people are on our who I work with directly from the VA, and we have a lot more ability to do whatever we want. Yeah. So like, yeah. So from a technology perspective, which is great. So they have this playbook they go by. It's a very official government. Our ATO authority to operate, which is what any government entity needs an ATO to be able to do anything, is a lot more flexible. So anyways, so let's go back. Try and build up this page. That's distracting. I appreciate your conversation. I like engagement. It's awesome. We're trying to figure out how to build this page from a Drupal JSON API record, which is so much fun. So we got this content. We got these links. We just got this text for all veterans, which is like right here. Like, it's right here, right? So, cool. Now we need to, how would your experience? I think this is actually a React widget we don't have access to. It's engaged by the build pipeline, which is good. The related information is the next one we're looking for. So this is the page. Related information. So we have these links of teasers. So looking at the related information, go to the form display. Where is that? Related information. It's so I wish it kind of showed the field right here. Can I like? Oh, that's just the edit form. Okay. This is so. Let's see what field it is. Let's go over to this page. This will get us the field info. Related information. Let's see what that is actually. These haven't been too bad. Mostly that's bad, but like when you start to get paragraphs that allow multiple types, it's really, really difficult to do in the API. So single paragraph type. Cool. This actually probably won't be terrible, as bad as some of the others. They're all terrible, but let's go back. What field was that again? What was in that field? Related information. So take this, add it to our lovely URL. Going on related information. So now we have the related information data. Be at the bottom. So far this list right here. Where does it even start at? This include everything under this list. This is all the stuff I had to bring in to get the paid data to build this page. This is just ridiculous. Okay. So link teasers. This is the paragraph we're looking at. And it looks like it has the field here. Managing your VA profile. It has one of them here. Oh, I bet you there's change your style. So we have all the links. That you have the links. Like this, and this really goes to show how hard it is to use and how I would never expose this to developers. So so now remember we still even though we have the link in this field link, it points to a Drupal URI. We have to translate that into a URL. We have to make another API request to do that, which I don't even honestly know how I would do that if I was the client, because I must be missing something, but we use UUIDs and not node IDs in the API. Like that's what the module uses. So I don't quite know, like if I was like a front end developer, how I would even know that. You know what I mean? Like it's just so weird. I wonder if I can go if it's a link field and goes to a link entity. I wonder if I can pull that in so I can like do nested things to dot. I see it doesn't work. Yeah. So Too bad. There's got to be a better way to do links though, because that doesn't make any sense. That would be the Drupal URI instead of the actual node. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Okay, so when we have it, so it, all we can get so far. So we got these links. Let's go to VA benefits, which is the record, and that is this one. That is the section. I think that was the section. That was a related benefit hub. So we have to pull that related benefit hub. So let's go over, comma, go, bottom. So this is the benefit hub node relation to that. I only need this one little thing here, right? It's a landing page type, which is a big thing, right? It links to a landing page, which is great. So here's the alias records. Is that where it goes? It goes to records. Great. Title VA records and intro text. No, where's the? Here we go. Teaser text. So good. So at least we have everything for that right there. Great. So let's keep going. We need this. Need more help section. Yeah, and like, so you, Cass, you made a comment. You comment about like horror stories about supporting old tech. Like, that's actually very front of my mind as I'm designing this new system for the VA, because I don't want people to curse me too much when I leave. It's impossible for people not to curse you at all. If no one's cursing you, means you're not doing anything. But it's possible, like, to like I just want to make sure people can maintain it in the long run, and it's not a huge pain in the ass. Like, if someone besides me knows how to do it. So we have some text, some of this build pipeline stuff I was showing you before. It was made by a couple engineers, and they're not even here anymore. And so we're finding these dark corners every once in a while. And I don't know. I'm trying to more open source, less custom code. That's really my thing here. And you get your tax dollars are paying for this, so that's important for me to understand. Thank you for paying my salary. I appreciate that. Okay, so the last one is need more help, which I think was contact information. This should be easy to pull in. I hope this has everything. Contact information. No, it looks like it's linked to another page. So I'm gonna need to go deeper. Let's look at the form. See, actually, so they're gonna need to know additional contacts. They're going to even additional contacts. It's gracious. Who the heck designed this thing? They're gonna need to know. How do I just want to get this B1? This actually may be generic. Not from Drupal. Let's take a look at the. Yeah, it is. Default content information. What if I remove this? Default. Let's look at this. I'm assuming this is what it is. The thing is, you'd have to know. I think you'd have to know the default. Here's more markup field. Content info switch. I think this is default versus default content. So you'd have to know what's in this field to make the next request. That's interesting. I don't know how much that's used, to be honest. We give a lot of functionality that's not necessarily used. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Shoot, that's actually a dot. Okay. this gets me, this is a big one, support service. And this gets me telephone number. This gets me, what I might end up doing is, I'm not sure what data is pulled from. We can look at the GraphQL. That should give us some information where it's pulled from. Here we go. Here's the text, and here's the link. Those you'll put together. Okay. Yeah, so I think we have everything for this page now. So let's go back into the GitHub issue, which is, where exactly did I put that GitHub issue? Different tab. Nope. Nope. It's in Hub. Issue I was working. I thought I had it open in a tab. Oh, I did have it. Oh, so I was working on some text. I hope I didn't lose that text. Hold on, I need to find that. Not over there. I think I may have lost it. Crap. Oh. Something's here. No. Nope. 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 I don't remember hiding that text. This is what. The web is the worst. I hate the web. The internet's terrible. 1, 2. Wasn't this one? Wasn't that one? Wasn't this one? Oh, this is it. Thank you very much, people. Okay. Here is the JSON API request to get most of the data needed for the URL up the URL above. Let's put this over here. Okay. Let's do this. Then I was building out that page, that page, that page. That, you know, sometimes I feel like I just like miss things. This one. Filling out this URL. Cool. I think I'm gonna do a picture of the page and where to get the data. First, quest. Interesting thing about this is like you wouldn't necessarily another API request will need to be done to find the URLs to train. Okay, so let's see. Even that. This is another step. I don't know if it would be a request or not. I'm assuming it will be. Step is to translate the Drupal UI to a URL. Example. Is it here? See. Example. The links which reference a page in Drupal are displayed this. An issue with translating. You'd have to like query the path. We'll try and figure this out. Let's just like put work in progress on top of this so people don't think it's real yet. Okay, just because I don't want to lose it yet. But I don't want to lose it, and thank you. But I don't want. I don't want to like. I'm not done with it yet. Okay. Cool. My schedule real quick. Make sure I don't have anything I'm missing. Nothing until 11:30. Oh, it's 10:30 already. Cool. Cool. That's cool. So space. I'm kind of thinking if I was an API developer, I would need this ID first off. Right. I would need to know what my UID is, and that had to be embedded, figured out somewhere by the page you're on or linking to or something. You know, there are ways to do this via Drupal router. So I don't know if I want to get too deep. Back to the original. You can access the Drupal router information via the API. I thought you could. I know there are modules that do this, that access the menu router information, because that's the problem is you have to like translate the page you're on to a URL. To its URL to a UID, and so let's unless you know what content type you have. I don't. Can you go to /node? Is that even a thing? No, it's not. You can't even go to like /node to like get a generic node API. You have to know the content type. You can't just like, right? I don't know. Let's figure out if we can query the API. Is there a way to query it? Design API query. There's just gotta be a way to query it. Include, duh. Oh, I forgot you can do this. Oh. Okay. I forgot you could do this. So include author and fields article. So this includes the the people, which is the author. And this has, let's see what's different. This just changes the attributes. This changes what fields are showing up here. It doesn't really, that's just fine. So we can limit the fields that way. That's fine. Okay, I want to actually query it though. So like a filter, pagination, error, multiple errors. Is there like a filter? we go. Filter. Here we go. Okay, we can deal with that. So if say we're here, we want to do filter. Sorry. Filter on. Can I go path to alias maybe? And I do that with URL, which is this one. I don't know if this is going to work. Let's just try it out. Oh. It's path. Let's just try path and see what it does. No. The path given, the path is incomplete, must be one of the following. Oh, so how do I like the path dash alias? Like a dot didn't work. Valid necessary filter with alias given that alias does not exist. So like, I thought it'd be dot because that makes dot underscore maybe, or it's just alias. It's interesting. So the error message isn't super helpful. Valid necessary filtering, field path has incomplete specifiers. So do I like? Do I do like? That didn't quite do what I thought I was going to do. Oh. Okay. Oh, here we go. Filter. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. Filter. It's this. It's this. You gotta do like this. Yeah. Ah. Filter condition. Did I not provide a filter condition? That's what equal sign means. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't have to like. I think it's trying to like encode it weirdly. Yeah, I think it's trying to encode it. Let's just do this. I have to encode it manually. What a pain in the butt. Oh my gosh. I should just be doing this in like a CLI tool or something. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh. Oh. So I have to do. This is really stupid. So I have to like say what the. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? Shortcuts. This is what I want shortcuts. How can I be a shortcut? Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. It didn't let me do that. It didn't let me do that. This is what I wanted to do. I tried because I'm using alias. Why didn't it filter name path alias equals. I think I have to do this the hard way because path. Let's do path. Oh my God. Okay. You're good. You're good, Neil. Calm down. This is okay. Path. Addition. Path equals path, comma, oops, ampersand. Oh, I think I closed out an accident. Undo. Yeah. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's okay. Hey, everything's fine. Addition path equals path. Press the wrong key this time. I can't remember what ampersand is. Sometimes my brain just says, you know what? I'm done with you today. I'm just gonna stop doing anything. Addition value. No, it's alias, right? See, I don't even want to. This is just like so hard. Okay. Filter content by indie reference. Okay, that doesn't really do us a lot of good. Joins. You can join. Oh my God. Hmm. Very interesting. Let's just put this approach assumes the UID is embedded in the HTML via the content build that builds that HTML, or the UID is already known. Request gets most of the data needed. Response of the original requests. Okay, so the response to that one. I know everybody loves documenting things. This is what we do now. This is what I do now. I document things. This is what I do now. Not me to do that. Not me to do that either. Having a day. Oops. Don't know if I want to put it in a single. I don't want to like condense it a little bit. It's pretty big. So there's a way to do collapsible. Right. collapsible areas. I can't remember what they're called though, at the top of my head. Tables, ranks, files. There's a way to like do collapsible sections. Let me paste this in so I don't lose it. Oh, she's not even formatted well. Oh, come on. Okay, so let's go. Let's take this into format for me. At least format it right. I almost want to put it in a gist or something because it's so big. Oh, I don't need to do that. So I have it under this folder has a document that has this. How do you do that? Details. Summary. Details. Details. If you learn anything from me today, learn about the details because they're really nice. Otherwise, you have this terrible thing. Here, and let's copy this. Great. And let's close out details at the very bottom. Details, we'll close it up. Preview it. Should be good. Preview. Yeah. And then we can call out individual items from this. And we want to like make comments about all of the related entities are stored with includes section of the JSON. Let's see. The include section is like it's a single. Like what I want to say, it's a single. It's all good. I got left. I couldn't call. Actually, today was a rare day. I don't have a lot of meetings today. Actually, I have massages afternoon. I'm so looking forward to that. I'm gonna jump off here in a few minutes for the day. I usually stream in the when I stream, I do stuff in the morning. I'll probably do things again tomorrow morning. I work with a lot of West Coasters, and Friday I'm gone on vacation. So I host a lot of West Coasters, so I usually have time in the morning to do stuff. This includes a section. This section is it's just like all objects. Save array of all the related objects. Nesting relations are stored within properties objects. Example. And I'll break apart like some of this stuff, but I'm gonna actually am gonna stop want a small break before my calls and stuff start. But I feel pretty good about what I got done today. We got done today. Yeah. Proving out how we're not going to use raw JSON API. I wanted to get you and didn't get into is the flattened version using some of the Drupal modules. And I have a product-based version. It's just taking a lot longer to do. There's a lot to it. I didn't realize how deep it was to getting that information. Anyways, thanks Cass for sticking around. Everybody else, thanks for sticking around. Good time. I'll be streaming again tomorrow. What's today? Today's Wednesday. I'll stream again tomorrow, probably around 9:30 Eastern for a few hours. And won't be any probably more today. Maybe today, probably not today. And then my vacation for a week, and I'm going to start up more regularly again. I do enjoy streaming a lot, and I think it's important to share. So I'll start up again after my vacation. I'm going to Disney with the family, and I'll come back and we'll have a good time. Thanks a lot. I hope you have a great day. See you later.